So I just wanted to point out that the broader climate change context in this kind of story and in others is that we can still get really extremely cold air, even in a rapidly warming climate. In fact, even in a several degrees warmer world, the path that we are unfortunately still on, we're still going to see extreme Arctic outbreaks at times and in some locations. That will still happen, and they may become even more disruptive than their historical counterparts because in some sense they are an even rarer event than they used to be. And that's what we're seeing in the Eastern U.S. right now, is we're seeing in some cases temperatures that are colder in a few spots than they have been in decades. Not record-breaking in almost all cases. We've seen colder air before in the past century. But if someone is 20, 30, or even 40 years old, they may only have seen air this cold once or twice in their life before, and if you're at the younger end of that spectrum, perhaps never before. And so yes, this might be the coldest air mass of some people's lives in the southeastern U.S., even though if you were 100 years old, you definitely would have experienced air that was colder at some point previously. So the coldest colds are still getting warmer. The warmest warms are getting warmer too. But sometimes in a warming world, these cold air outbreaks, these Arctic outbreaks, these ice storms, these snowstorms, when they do occur, can be even more disruptive because they're even farther away from the norm that we've become accustomed to in our warming world. So everything is relative. The impacts of any given extreme weather event are conditioned on the expectations of the people, of the infrastructure in a given place. If you had Miami-like rain in Los Angeles, it would be a catastrophe. Likewise, if you had temperatures from Death Valley in Seattle, that would be a horrifying event. And so context is everything. We build our infrastructure, we design our communities, our society around a certain climatological envelope that we're used to in a given place at a given point in time. And that's the whole problem of climate change in a nutshell, is that increasingly a rapidly warming climate is pushing us outside of the envelopes that we've become accustomed to in specific locations.